Bart, have you ever read The Boy Who Cried Wolf?
I glanced at it. Boy Cries Wolf has a few laughs. I forget how it ends.
What's up guys, today Tuka's back to shitpost and go away for another 2 weeks. I'm joking, I'm gonna be gone for like 4 or 5 weeks this time. On a serious note guys, we will be discussing the meta, or rather the future of the meta, since all of these changes are in PTR. They are subjugated to change, which some changes did happen, some patches did get reverted. We're gonna be talking about this in today's video, which is gonna be a little bit of a longer video. You guys probably already see how long the video is, but I'm recording it currently, so I don't know how long it's gonna be. Anyways, a little bit of an update on my ranking. I got placed platinum. If you didn't watch the live streams, yes, I know I'm shit. Okay. I want to kill myself, but pretty much I'm gonna place platinum until they either reset the MMR and pretty much allow people to place whoever the equivalent of them winning their matches is in placements. I can talk about this, and I did, and probably will be critiquing season 4 a lot, and yeah, I just can't wait. It's gonna be fun. Anyways, let's get into the video. Anna's been the center of attention for a while now, and every change she had gotten has been looked through a magnifying glass. Well, this one had the whole Overwatch community spouting, the Anna meta is gone, Anna's dead, tank meta gone, which I am happy about. I do not like the tank meta. I think it was one of the most boring metas we ever had. That wasn't until Blizzard changed the nerfs she had received. If you're not aware, the original nerf Anna had received was her damage and her bio grenade. Her damage went from 80 to 60, and her bio grenade impact damage was reduced from 60 to 30. Also, her impact healing was reduced to 150. So since they reverted the bio grenade changes, let's talk about the damage reduction that she had received and how that will impact her if these changes go live. First of all, Anna's damage was not the reason she was picked. Obviously, having that 8 damage in your proc kill was not a bad thing. It definitely helped. It was also used to help hit scans to shoot down Fair from the sky, because a popular belief is that hit scans like Soldier and McCree counter Fair outright, but that's not true. At medium range, they can battle with her, duel with her, but a good Pharah can position herself so that it's hard for them to kill her, and having that Anna or Widow could just counter her outright if she is a good Widow. Anna could help, and definitely did help, but it's going to be easier for Pharah players, and the most eye-popping characters in this patch is Pharah. I think she's going to be meta-defining if these changes go live. Even though she did not receive any buffs, she definitely is going to be better. But going back to Anna, finishing my point on her, Anna generally had no problem dealing with the 1v1 situation, and probably isn't. It's going to be a little bit harder, but still isn't going to have problems now. We all know when someone is asleep, we shoot, nade, shoot, and that would result in a win most of the time. But even then, it wasn't easy to hit the shots with her, so you have to be a good Anna. And with these changes, she could struggle if it weren't for the bio grenade being reverted to the live values it had. She is going to have to be skilled more to be played, meaning you're going to have to be more skilled at her to play her, and I think that reduces the circle of the number of players that will be able to play her, not on the scale that it would be if the bio grenade changes went live, because that would put her in like a whole separate section with Genji and Hanzo and just Sombra. I think Sombra is like a very hard character to play. It will put her there because she'll be very hard to play, and people will just not be able to play her as easy as they could before. So I'm glad that these changes didn't go live, because that would definitely make Hannah a lot harder to play, and even people will not get that. They will play her and it'll be just a clusterfuck. Surprisingly, Junkrat got a change in this PTR, and it looks like it's going to be going the live game 100%. The changes he got is that he no longer hurts himself when he shoots his own explosives, which is very nice. I'm assuming it's the same for his ultimate. I haven't tested this out yet. It's going to make him be good at close range, since he won't kill himself or damage himself when he's in a tight space, which I think is good. Embraces the character of Junkrat. He's more reliable now, or while I think he's not going to be amazing, because of Pharah being so good, she's gonna be a good counter to him, because he is not hit scan and is very much so vulnerable to her, but he is going to be more viable than he was before this buff. The last time I saw him being viable whatsoever was season 1, and like half of season 2, maybe to the end, where people played him on defense on Volskaya, Temple Anubis, and just generally where he could spam damage down the choke. But he got really bad, and it was just like no one talked about him. I also see Junkrat as a very one-dimensional character. He doesn't have any special things. Like he's just there to bring players that are from like FPS games that you just shoot bombs and stuff like that. Like, Soldier was for Call of Duty players, Junkrat is just for some other players. It's basically that. One of the most surprising nerfs in this PTR update is Orisa. In my opinion, because she hadn't been out for that long, it's still way too early to change her character. She still is in the live game, and Jared Kaplan said that she will be in the PTR longer than other characters were in the past. But people didn't even get used to her original stats. Also, PTR is not the best place to gather information about newly released heroes because simply it's not equipped to do that. People often just play in 6v6 no limits to get a feel for that character, but it's a clusterfuck if I'm going to be completely honest. But it's also the fact that we do not have competitive and people just don't take it seriously. And I'm gonna stop rambling, this could be a video all in itself, but with all that being said, the Orisa changes were to her magazine size being 200, now it's 150, and her ultimate cost was increased by 15%. The only thing I have to say is I thought she was underpowered before, and now she's even harder to play with the lower magazine size and the ult cost increase. Moving to the most exciting buff in this patch, definitely for me at least, Winston. Winston is probably the most fun character to play. I've gotten pretty good with him, so having his barrier start to regenerate right when he puts it down is a big plus. It saves 5 seconds. It's going to make him be able to engage more in fights than he could previously. It's not what some people probably expected, Winston being the most underrated character in my opinion. This just makes him better, and I can't wait for this change to go live. Honestly, just really happy to see this, and it's gonna make playing him even more fun. And just even if the changes didn't go live, Winston is still good. He's still a very good character if you can master him. It just requires a lot of discipline, especially if you're playing him on the fence. Winston on the fence is like a thing of beauty if you can pull it off. If you can, it's just you diving people and getting killed. If you just have the discipline and the patience to wait, you can really pull off cool things with Winston. And definitely Mercy is gonna be better now because of the Ana. I didn't mention that, but also Winston kinda people think counters Mercy, which is true, but she also has that shift ability which allows her to kind of fly away. But also, if the Ana changes went live, Winston would be a very good counter to Ana, even more so than he was, because now in the live game, yes, he can kill her, and it's mostly like a 70 to 30 chance of you winning that fight between Ana if you are on the other side of the barrier, and if you're zapping her, especially if she doesn't have a barrier grenade. And if the changes went live, Ana would be just powerless against Winston unless she's like slept him and ran away. But yeah, I think Winston is still gonna be good. If these patches go live for Winston, it's gonna be really exciting. Going over the changes Zen have received is with his alternate fire recovery time, it got reduced from 1 second to 0.6 seconds, and his weapon spread was removed, meaning he had a randomness to his little darts he shot, and this will make him just flow better and make him more consistent, with his alternate fire being a big plus. Definitely not like a huge change, but having it there won't hurt him, it will just make him better because he can try to use it in a more mid to close range fight scenario because he recovers faster, but it also charges up the same. So really just going and fight with that is not like a viable thing, but it's still better. He did get a huge buff that allowed him to discord through barriers, but since that was scrapped, I won't go into it. Definitely could have had quite a longer discussion about Zenyatta, but I think this just moves him in a more better, path than he was before this, and I can't wait to see people use him. And if you're a good Zenyatta player, you're gonna be more accurate now. Definitely like the changes Bastion I received, made him flow better. Zenyatta is gonna flow better a lot more now. So Sombra is a character that I liked and tried out competitive. I also made 2 guides on her. If you want to see them, check them out here. They're on screen, hopefully, if I'm not too lazy in editing. But seeing her buff now is very interesting because not only was she beginning to get good because of the Bastion buff, she was also never part of a meta comp. She usually never fit into any competitive work unless a very seasoned Sombra player was playing her, which is rare to see, but there are some out there. And I must say I played quite a few games with her in Season 3, and I did get a few God games. I'm not bragging, but they just happened. The changes she had received were a change to her sound effect and voiceover distance for entering and exiting stealth. The big changes are translocator. She had received a 2-second cooldown, meaning it's 4 seconds instead of 6 seconds now. She also got quality of life improvement, which allows her and her allies to see hacked health packs through walls, sort of how supports see their teammates' health. Now this is Sombra being moved to what I think Blizzard originally wanted her to be, which is a hybrid support character who is more lethal now because of a translocator buff, making her more of an assassin type character than she was before, which allows her to be closer to Tracer. Tracer's blink is every 3 seconds, but this every 4, but since she can blink in any direction and she can also place her blink anywhere on the map, she has more options, but is also balanced enough to not be overpowered. Definitely not overpowered, but she is very viable now. She could be used more often, and I can't wait. She could also finish off Pharah's if she could, just translocate her and shoot her, and definitely can't wait to see her being used in comp. And if this patch hits, which I know that all of these patches I've listed here are subjugated to change, and that definitely isn't a bad thing. If Blizzard has some type of data that I would like them to change and kind of adapt to that data and pretty much just make the characters how they think they are supposed to be, if that makes any sense. But I still think the community has a large influence on that, and that we definitely help sometimes. And yeah, I think Sombra's moving in a very good direction. Can't wait to see her in comp and play her without getting yelled at. If this change does go live, I fully expect to play Sombra a little bit more for myself, because I played her already season 3 and I still have those skills there, and I think I can just easily get into the flow of Sombra's character, and can't wait to do that. I just really like Sombra. And yeah, that's kind of it for today's video, guys. If you like it, make sure you leave a like. I haven't uploaded in 2 weeks. That's something we could have talked about, but I think making that filler content is not entertaining for you guys. If you guys want a personal update, tell me down below. I could tell you why I haven't uploaded in 2 weeks, but I think that wouldn't be interesting. Anyways, like I said, if you like this video, make sure to leave a like. I love all of you guys, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.